How do we handle the personal information in UiPath generative AI activities, specifically the PII and PHI? What are those and what activities are available? That is what we are going to understand in this video. Hi everyone, welcome back to the next video in the UiPath Generative AI series, where we are trying to understand the generative AI activities of UiPath, but at the same time by creating a small use case. Today we are going to discuss about the PII and PHI filtering option in the generative AI activities. My name is Mukesh Kala. I am a 4 times UiPath MVP, certified solution architect and a LinkedIn top voice. I have shared my LinkedIn details on the page. Feel free to send a connection request. Happy to be part of your network. Also, you see a small QR on the screen. You can scan the QR and join our WhatsApp community to receive the latest update from the UiPath channel. Before getting started, in case you are coming to the channel for the first time, haven't already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel to get the next videos in the same playlist. Having said that, let's get started. Prior to this series, we have already covered all of these videos. So in case you are new and want to understand any one of these, you would find the complete playlist link in the description. Okay. This would be the approach which we are going to take in these activities. First of all, we are going to understand what exactly is the activity. That would be a theoretical part. Then we are going to define a small use case, which would be a pretty basic one. And then that use case we are going to develop in a step-by-step manner by using the GenAI activities along with RPA. Right? I have a request to you guys. Just please open your UiPath Studio and follow along to get a better understanding of these activities. Okay. Before directly getting into the technical side of it, it is important first for us to understand what exactly is this PII and PHI. Okay, so if I go by the definition, PII means information that can be used to identify the individual person, such as their name, address and the social security numbers, whereas the PHI is something which is any health related data which is related to that individual, like the medical history, the insurance details, what medicine they are taking. So that is coming under the PHI. So there are two kind of personal data. One is PII, that is your personal information, and the other one is your PHI, which is any health related information. Now why this is important? It is important because we need to protect the PII and the PHI to comply with the global regulation like GDPR, HIPAA and CCPA. Now you might have a question that what happens if I do not follow the PHI or the PII filtering? The reason for that is very simple. I'm going to just give you 3 points, but you can always think of more. The first thing is you can invite yourself for the data breaches because you have the identity theft, and because you are leaking the information, you are vulnerable to something which is called data breaches. Since you are working for a client customer and the data is sensitive, you might get imposed by a regulatory fine. And lastly, in case you have to do it by yourself and today somebody is doing it manually, that again have a lot of manual efforts and that is prone to errors, right? So with that background, let's now try to understand what actually is this PII filtering activity. So this is an activity which is again part of the generative AI package which we are discussing in this series. So this activity scans the input text, whatever you have provided, and it is able to identify any of the personal information as well as the personal health related information so that it is not passed to further. If I talk about the input, it has a text as an input and the output is also a text where the text is redacted. When I say the redacted text means that, for example, if the personal information includes my SSN number, the activity is going to change that and it is going to replace it with some other information so that the personal information is redacted. Okay, so that's how this activity works. Now let's go to the implementation and see this in action. Now let's talk about the problem statement. So for this use case, what I have done is in my Outlook, I have sent myself two emails from my different email ID, and you can see that there are two emails. One is with the insurance claim status inquiry, where I have some of the personal information. So for the use case, what I have done is I have highlighted the personal information. So for example, today I am dealing with this kind of information, and I want the AI to identify the personal information and redact the information, redact the personal information. And the second one is with the personal order, where also I have included some of the personal details, like what is the name, what is the order, I have my phone number, and I have the email ID as well, right? So the whole objective for this use case would be, we are going to read this email, pass it to the PII and the PHI activity, and then we are going to see that how the redacted text looks like, and then how we can utilize it in the next set of activities. Okay, so this would be our agenda. You can follow along the tutorial. That would really help you to understand the concept better. Okay. So first thing first, I'll go to the UiPath Studio. I'll go here and I create a new process. I'll call this as PII_PHI, and it will load the thing successfully. The first thing first is I'll go to the activities, and I hope you guys are following this tutorial for long, so you understand that this activity is part of the integration services. If you do not want to do that, you can just go to the activity, and you would see that something we have which is called PII filtering. You can drag and drop the activities, right? And it will automatically add the dependency for you, so you do not have to actually remember the dependencies, right? And in case you want to add the dependencies, we can just add the UiPath integration services activity, and that will give you this activity which is called the PII. Okay, which is called the PII filtering, and to get that I am using the available one, right? So all of this we have discussed, so not spending much time here. And now this activity is there, right? So now before this activity, if you see our use case, right? So our use case is, first we have to read the data from Outlook. Okay, and for that we have been doing this a lot. So I'll just go to the Outlook and into the Office 365 what I want to do today, right? So this we have already discussed. I have already created my integration services, and that is connected. If you have not connected that also, within the same integration services package, you would have activities to connect to Office 365, and you can connect to the other email providers as well. Okay, and then from this you can just go and take this one, which is the get the newest email, or you can also use this one which is called the for each email. So I can just drag and drop this activity, which is the for each email. Now since I have used the Office 365, it is again going to add the Office 365 package on top of integration services. So we'll just wait for that, and here it is, right? So since I have automatically previously connected it to Office 365, I am having this. In case you don't have this, you would have something which is called add new connection. You can click on that, and you just provide and authenticate it with the password of the account of your Outlook which you want to read, right? All of this we have already covered in the integration services playlist and these activities, so I'm not spending much time here. I hope you guys are following along the series, right? Now which folder you want to read, I can click on this, and you would see that I'm getting all the things. I'm using the inbox folder, and what are the filters you want to use, right? So you can put any filters depending on our condition. So for me, the simple filter which I can use is maybe something which is coming from this email ID, which is mailmukeshkala@gmail.com, or maybe you can use any other filter, right? Whatever you feel. So I can say that which from is this email ID, this is a string, so I'll just put it into double quotes. Okay, and I just say save. Okay, so I'm just using filtering. If you want to add more filters, you can click on this and add more filters as well. If you go to the properties, you have the same properties here. I have only 2 new emails, so maybe this, and then I can say here I only want the unread only, so I'll only get 2, right? So that depends on how do you want to read it, right? Once you have read this email successfully, I want to print first that what is the actual text. So I just go and use this one, which is the log message activity. Okay, and now into the log message activity, I simply want to print what is the content which is there, right? So basically my idea is to first print the actual content and then print the redacted text, right? So I'll just go here and I say current email, and then I can just go and I say current email dot body. Okay, and if I just save this, I can minimize this maybe, right? And for meanwhile I'll just go and disable this activity. Okay, and now let me just go here and I just say run the file. So basically what I have done is I have just created 2 unread emails, and I'm just trying to read the content and trying to print the output back into my UiPath Studio, which is like this, right? So both of them are available for me. I'll do a Ctrl+S, and now it's time to utilize the activity which we were talking about. I can just drag and drop the same activity inside the for each, right? Because I want to do it for each and every email. Okay, so by default again it is connected to my generative AI activity pack. If you're not connected, go ahead and click on this guy and say add a new connection. Okay, now it is asking me pass me the document or the text string which you want to actually get for the PII or PHI filtering, right? So where is the data? The data we have just seen that it is available in the current email.body. I'll do a Ctrl+C, I'll do a Ctrl+V, and then what is the language? This is optional for you, it is able to detect, but if case you are having it in a different language, you can always go and change the language also from here. I'll leave it to the default settings. Then there are other properties which you can click here, manage properties, and you should be able to see all of them, like what is the language, what is the PHI category, minimum confidence, and all of these things are available for you, just to make sure that in case you are trying to pass it as an input or an output argument, what are the things, right? And in the properties, these are the redacted text and this, right? So we'll just talk about them when I actually talk more about the properties in the theory, but for now I'll just go into the redacted text, hit Ctrl+K, and I'll create a variable called out underscore redacted text, right? And then what I'm going to simply do is I'll just go and add a log message activity, drag and drop it here. Okay, I'll say this is info, and then I'll say that this is my, I think, out redacted text, right? That's what I have created. I'll save this, go here, and I'll just say run the file, right? So basically what I'm trying to do is I have just read the email. There was a lot of sensitive content. I am using UiPath PII filtering activities to redact the text and give us the output back. Okay, so this is the output, right? So let's try to copy it, and let's try to do a side-by-side comparison. I'll open the notepad, right? So this was the actual text. Okay, maybe the actual text is, we can see it from the email as well, right? So I'll try to get the redacted text, which is this, copy, and then I can just paste it back here, and then I'll minimize all of that. Let's go back to the email. So now you can see here, this was the email which was provided. Hi, I am Jane Smith. So the information, which is the personal information, is now changed to this. Recently submitted the health insurance claim number under the policy, so policy number is here. I need to update my claim status, but if you see the personal information like the email address and this is now hidden, including this one, right, without me writing much of the code. Okay, let's go to the other email, which was the support team email. I go here, I'll go to the output. I can just copy this, pass it back, and you would notice that this is the second one where it says that dear support team, my name is this. I recently placed order 1 2 3 4 5 6, so order number is still here because that is not some personal or the PHI information. However, when the order was placed, that date is masked, and I haven't checked this, can you reach me at the email and the phone number, right? So this kind of information is useful when you actually want to put it into some databases, or maybe you want to hide the information and you are only trying to do something with the PI and the PHI, right? So maybe you guys can think of more and more use cases which comes to your mind, which you can do with this thing. And with that, let me just quickly go back to my presentation. This is the activity, right? We have seen that we have the additional properties, we have the confidence score, as with the any of the AI model, UiPath is having with 0 and 1, 0 being the lowest, 1 being the highest. The default value is 0.75. You are free to change these settings. In the output you have two things. One was the redacted text, the text with discovered in the input, and the second one is the text analysis object, which is the full text analysis object. Okay. And lastly, I just wanted to share some of the applications or some of the areas where you could actually utilize this, right? So let's go through it together. I just took help of the internet. Let's see what we have got. Okay, so the first use case which I got was the customer support email and the chat handling. So if I talk about the scenario, let's say there is a company which receives a lot of support emails that contain a lot of personal information. We can before storing or forwarding these emails, you want to remove the personal information to protect the customer privacy. Good example. The second one is in the banking, loan application, or simply the credit cards, right? Where you receive a lot of loan application, where the persons are supposed to enter the SSN number, phone numbers, and the details, but the system must ensure that when you are putting this information, when you're designing the solution and you're not putting this information in the logs, so it does not get exposed, right? Secondly, the third example is the HIPAA compliance in the medical records, where let's say there is some insurance related data, patient information which you want to hide. You can use these activities. Fourth one is the HR employee data protection, which talks about receiving job applications. When they are receiving the job application, like personal details, phone number and all, yes, it might be required for some of the processes but not for all the processes, right? And lastly, talking about legal and compliance, wherever data privacy and security audits, the scenario is given, a company must audit the employee communication. So for that, email, chat logs, transcript for compliance check, and at the same time you need to ensure that the no personal information is stored. So you can use the PII and the PHI activities, right? So apart from this, what are the use cases you think we can build on top of this? Just let me know in the comments. And that is pretty much I wanted to cover in this video. Any more questions, any more comments, let me know in the comments, and you can also drop me an email as well, right? So with that, wrapping this video here, thank you for watching and happy automation.